Mic's going. Alright, so today we're here doing a little rendezvous.
Hey, what's the number one podcast in Houston?
Welcome to the number one podcast in Houston, Yacht Club. 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 Yacht Club.
Welcome back to the number one podcast in Houston.
Yacht Club.
Thank you guys for. You want to do it?
No,
Sure, go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
You want to let him do it?
Yeah. Alright, go ahead, Sunday.
Okay, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Yacht Club podcast. If you haven't subscribed yet or followed our podcast, go ahead and do so now. Okay, today we have a very special guest. His name is Jeff, and he does street photography, right? If that's the right term, and also has multiple pages for street photography.
Yeah.
And you would say so? And also does 3D printing. But what got my attention was his filter on Instagram. It's like Neon Houston filter that was on everyone's phone, right? Or was it just mine? Or was it like selected?
It's available to everyone.
Everyone
Oh, nice.
in,
Anybody can
it's
use
like,
it.
is it a geo?
No.
Oh,
It's
so someone
anybody who like views my profile can use it.
Oh, well.
For me, it was, I was so I was recording a video, and it just came up, like the Neon Texas sign came up on the right side of the button, like the first one, and I never used filters. Is it like targeted somehow to?
Well, I made it for Houston, obviously. It was just I saw somebody else had like a tab, special tab on their profile,
Yeah.
and I was just like, what is that? That's really cool. So I decided to do some research, found out how to make my own filters, and just release my own. But no, it's not really targeted for anyone, but I felt like since I'm in the Houston area, and most of my followers are from Houston, it would attract the most attention.
Right. But why do you think like the algorithm or whatever suggested that filter as the first one for my page?
Oh yeah, it could just be because you're in Houston,
Yeah.
and I'm in Houston, and everyone from Houston has been using the filter,
Yeah.
so I probably just thought you would like it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Was it promoted in any way? Like
No, I didn't promote it at all.
So you created the filter,
Yes.
and then you posted it on your page,
Yes.
and then were you in any sort of connection with Instagram themselves to even get it within the app?
So it's called, yes, it's with Instagram, or Facebook, because Facebook owns
Right.
Instagram, yeah. So everything you do is approved. Once I made the filter, Instagram had to approve it
Right.
to release it on my profile. And this thing is kind of new, it's only been out, they used to have it for beta testers only, but now they
Right.
released it to the public, so anybody can make filters. So it's been about like maybe 5 months
Oh, okay.
since
So it's still pretty new.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
I wonder
Is there
what-
any kind of metrics on that, analytics or whatever, that you can see
Yeah,
how many people
so-
have used your filter?
For Houston, that Houston one, I think like 50,000.
Wow.
But you haven't heard the best one because I made it. I don't know if you know, but I have like 6 filters.
Yeah, we saw your other
So
ones.
you know the face machine one.
Okay.
That one has over 700,000 impressions.
Damn. Wow. Awesome.
I have no idea why. It doesn't tell me like who used it or where people are using it.
Right, right.
It's just
It lets
it
you know
just
it's
says
been used that
yeah, it
many
just
times.
says like 700. So I'm at like 845,000 total like impressions. So I'm trying to get to like 1 million. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That would
Yeah.
be really awesome.
Do you think, like, you know how when Instagram rolls out new features, they tend to promote those, like the algorithm favors that content? You know how, like, when IGTV first launched, you would be like the big square, and then you would get all the exposure from your followers. And now, I guess with filters, now they're driving all the traffic to it for people to use these
Yeah, that's a good question because people always like ask about the algorithms. They always try to guess what it does.
Yeah.
And if that were possible, like everybody would have a ton of followers. Everybody would have a ton
Impressions.
of impressions, ton of like engagement. So I really don't know. Like we don't know what the algorithm does and why it does it. I just do it for fun and.
That seems to be the key to social media is if you just do something from the genuine feelings of wanting to do it and just being yourself and that kind of thing, it tends to resonate more than someone just trying to deliberately jump on a train.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like the likes, I like I like the engagement, I like everything about it, and that decision whether you're about to take away likes.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion, I don't think it does anything. Like I don't think it will do anything because people are congratulating Instagram for removing likes because it's like apparently it's gonna help like with our mental health.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is, you can still see your own likes, so I don't see how that helps with your mental health.
Oh, I see the
And
catch.
we still know the standard. And we
Yeah.
still know the
Yeah,
ratio.
we can still see everything. It's just that other people. The only thing is, other people can't make fun of you for
Not having the
Right.
likes.
like low impressions or like low engagement.
Yeah.
So something I saw a video about that algorithm change was that the purpose is actually to favor their people that are advertising on Instagram. That way, if the company, for example, sends an ad and they only get 5 likes, for them to not be at a disadvantage versus another company that has like 100,000 likes on their
It evens
paid
the
ad.
marketplace.
So whoever's doing the ad isn't like, oh, this company sucks, but they have like a fair playing field.
Yeah, it
Wow.
seems like more like this is America. Everyone wants the money.
Yeah.
It's all about the money. So
So out of the 800,000 plus impressions you have you seen any people? Does your name come up? Do they know it's you?
yes. So like on the top left, every time someone uses my filter, it has my name, like Face Smushed by J Chen. But I don't think a lot of people have noticed it.
It doesn't direct to your profile then, right? It just
If they click on it,
it will.
It will
Okay.
direct them. But yeah, I don't know why it had so many. I feel like probably some celebrity tried it or something.
But you say it's called face smush?
Yeah,
or something
Face
like that?
Smush.
So yeah, it does something to the face and interacts. It's not just like, color, and now your picture looks pink. Like, wow, cool, my picture looks pink. No, you're like smushing their face or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's fun like
I
that.
tried to do that, like something like that everybody would like
Yeah.
something pink and pretty. But I was like, I'll just do something funny.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think the rainbow effects is really where it's at or
Yeah.
anything like that. No, they want to have like, I got big eyeballs and blah, and like when I put it on I gotta tap my face and then it does something to me, and then that's why they look
Yeah.
like it. So yeah, interactive is probably the key to go.
Okay, so tell us about like your photography because your pictures are like
So
off the-
good.
Yeah, they're like next level.
Yeah, like I literally was like going through them and I was just like, I cannot understand how he's doing this. Like this is so
It's like
Yeah.
good Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like,
some of them are Photoshop. Well, the obvious ones are Photoshop.
So tell me how you got into it, how you got so good.
tell me about the camera you use. Tell me.
So let's see.
Where
It
did it
started like almost 2 years ago.
Oh wow, that's it.
Almost 2 years ago.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Wow,
I'm
so
old.
you progressed fast. Well,
You're
you were
not.
like born with a
Younger than
skill,
me.
like a key skill.
And him. It's like
He's a lot. He's a lot. For 2 years though, you displayed some extreme skill.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about it.
So I started 2 years ago. I decided to go to a trip to Taiwan for 2 months.
Right.
It was after a heartbreak.
Oof.
It was like an 8 year relationship. So I decided to go to Taiwan for 2 months, kind of like discover myself and
Reset.
reset. And I decided to buy a camera, and because I was like, okay, well I'm gonna be in this beautiful country for 2 months, so I might as well buy a camera.
Right.
Reactivated my Instagram. I had like 50 followers. I looked through it and I found out about all these like urban photographers that go on rooftops and like have such cool views and stuff.
Right.
So when I was in Taiwan, I mean, I was like 50 followers. Who was gonna want to hang out with this guy, shoot with this guy? So I came back to Houston. By the time I got back to Houston, I had like 200 followers.
Wait, it's okay. Time out. So you went in Taiwan, and for 2 months you just like took pictures
I took
and
pictures
experimented
of
as a
myself.
photographer,
Yeah.
and like trying to figure some things out as a
Mhm.
photographer.
Yeah.
Was it? Did it become the? I know you probably went there for other reasons, but photography became the mission while you were there. It's like you fell in
Yeah.
love with it while you were there.
I fell in love with the country. It's not like I haven't been there before, but
Right.
I just saw it like a whole different way with
Because
my
of
camera.
photography.
Yeah, with my camera,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like I was like willing to like stand in one spot for hours just to wait for one photo. And I would have never done that before.
Wow.
So yeah, it really changed my view on like the country and photography altogether. Yeah. So when I got back to Houston, I hit up I looked up Houston on Instagram, so I see what people are doing here. Maybe they're doing the same thing, urban exploring, rooftops.
Right.
So I found this one guy. His name was Don Carter. I asked him, hey, can you like show me some spots? He had some really cool photos from like really high places. Like, how did you get there? Like, what are these rooftops he's getting to? What are these locations? And I was like, and I asked him, is there any way you can like show me around?
Yeah.
Like, shoot with me? And I was like really surprised when he said, yeah, sure, I really like your photos. And that's what started it all, because of him. He just like brought me into like the community, and like now I know like all the Houston photographers, and I'm like with the group and stuff, and so yeah, that's just how it started.
Yeah, you found a mentor.
I found someone that like kind of let me in, and
Right
then,
on.
and then I just built off from there.
So, take me to one of the most like risky rooftops. Had to climb something. The security guard was like, "Get out of here!"
Yeah, let's see. There's a few.
Yeah. Maybe the first one that you were like, okay, this is I've never done
So,
this before. This is
Up until
risky.
like recently, I haven't been caught. There's a really funny story. So I went to this one roof. I don't know if you saw the photo. It's like a rainbow.
Okay.
And the lights are moving.
Yes.
You saw that one?
Yeah.
So I posted that photo, and then I was stupid enough to go back to that building because they have a food court. So that tower has the food court. So I went to the food court. I posted on my story that I was there watching the Nationals game, and then a few minutes later, the security guard comes up to me and she's like, "Are you on Instagram?"
No.
And then I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Should you be the one who happened to be on my rooftop?" Like,
Oh wow.
and I was like, "Oh yeah, I had permission," because I actually did during construction though. Yeah, I've had permission. And then she's like, "Well, that wasn't during construction, was it? Because the lights are on." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been. It wasn't me. I wasn't like up there." And she's like, "Well, just to let you know, I locked it, so nobody else is going up." And then she's like, "Well, you can stay here and watch it, enjoy the game, and you guys like sit tight."
Yeah.
And, I
Sweat. Yeah.
no, I really should have known, like, because our instincts, we usually like know what's going on.
Mhm.
Like, she's obviously going to call the cops,
Yeah.
and like wants us to stay there while the cops come.
Yeah.
And we like me and my friend Philip, it just didn't occur to us. We thought she was like being
Being
genuine.
nice, yeah.
Yeah, and we just wanted to watch the Astros game, and then like a few minutes later she comes by with like a cop, and then she's like, "You're banned from the building. You can't come back. If you come back, we'll arrest you." Blah blah blah.
Oh, taking some pictures.
Yeah.
That's intense.
And she's
Oh,
like,
God.
Yeah, she's like, you caused me a lot of problems because so many people are trying to come up here now. And
Wow.
And I was like, that's funny because I was one of the last people to go up there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I went up there because other people went up there. And she's like, well,
You just happen to get the most
yeah.
shot.
And she's like, well, you happen to get the most attention probably then.
That's awesome. Well, hats off to you, man.
But yeah, I kind of liked it,
Yeah.
the food court. I'm kind of bummed about that. But
Oh, yeah.
it's whatever, you know. Yeah,
This
I can't
is-
do much about it.
Sacrifice for the art.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
sweet taste of a victory, bro.
It's worth it, I guess. Yeah, I think
Bittersweet
it's
for
worth
a
it.
victory. Yeah.
And a lot of people like they don't understand about the risk. Like,
Yeah.
you know, people sit on the edge and stuff like, oh, all that for a photo, that's
Go
stupid.
for the shot.
Yeah, all that for a shot, that's so stupid. Like, they just like,
Yeah.
they just don't get it.
Well, once you experience something like what you went through, even on that scale, it's like, yeah, wow. You would never have guessed that you made such a ripple.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So tell me about the like the left turn in your life. What were you doing before this? Like how did, because you said you went there and then you picked up the camera, and this is 2 years ago. So you must have had something totally different going.
Were you artistic? Not, you know,
So-
were you artistic in any way before this?
So I was living like pretty basic life, like, you know, they tell you to go to school, study, get a job. That's it. That's it. Go to school,
Yeah.
study, work hard, get a job.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And I never liked that in the first place before all this anyways. I ended up getting a mechanical engineering degree anyways. And I had some job offers. I've done some internships before.
Yeah. So you were really making robots, or like trying
Yeah.
to?
Literally,
I was like, damn, I
literally
did
making
it.
robots. Yes. But all I did was just sit at a desk all day and design stuff.
Ugh.
I mean, I still kind of do, but not all day. Like,
Right.
I do it and then I build it with my hands. So there's a big difference there because like
Nice.
engineers, all they do is they just design stuff and then they send it to the guy who makes it, who assembles it with his hand or the machine. So I wanted more of like a hands-on kind of thing. So that's why I do the 3D printing. That's why I do. I make t-shirts too, and that's why I do all this stuff. And
You are drawn to the creativity part of the mechanical engineering.
yes, and I don't know. It's just not for me like a 9-to-5 job. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I hear you, man. I relate.
How long ago did you get into 3D printing?
Oh, that was maybe 6 years ago.
Have you made a gun yet?
No, I haven't because you can only shoot those once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the second time they blow up.
Can you tell me what 3D printing is? I'm still like, I
Yes.
still haven't wrapped my mind around the concept.
It's called additive manufacturing. Traditionally, when you manufacture stuff, you have a block, let's say a block of aluminum,
Okay.
and then you cut away at it until you get what you want.
Right.
So say like an iPhone, like the back of it, that's how they make the iPhones. They cut out the inside of it to get the shell, and then they like anodize it. They make it colorful and stuff. So that's how they make like the iPhones. It's traditional manufacturing. Nowadays we have additive, which means you add material on. So if you think about like a hot glue gun, like a fancy one, that's basically what a 3D printer is.
Yeah.
You say like think of like an object, and then you cut it into hundreds of layers.
Slices.
Yes, slices. Exactly. So the 3D printer it draws the shape of the layers with liquid like plastic, melted plastic, and just draws it over and over and just stacks it on top until you get the object. So
Requires you to learn a brand new style of designing though on the computer.
yes, and the cool thing about like 3D printing is there's a lot of things you can make that you couldn't with traditional manufacturing. Because now you can like print like a ball inside a ball
Right.
a ball, like just out of the printer, straight out of the printer. Or you can print like gears like that move like straight out of the printer.
It's kind of seamless too, because in traditional manufacturing you'd have to make two halves and then bind them and then weld them and then buff a seam out and all that kind of stuff. And
So-
this way it's seamless.
Yeah.
What would you say is the reason why it hasn't gone so main? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's making its way into like the mainstream, but like even now, you explaining it, I'm kind of understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, is the concept that people haven't grasped, or like why isn't it so mainstream yet? If it's so
Yeah, so
like
we've
so much easier.
actually had this technology since the 70s, and up until recently when this company called MakerBot, they released the desktop size. So you know, like same thing with computers, right? Because computers that came out, they're like huge, right? And only like really big companies who got a lot of money have computers. And then Steve Jobs came along and made it desktop size, and then now everybody has one.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the idea with MakerBot. They had a technology, like an industrial technology, they wanted everybody to have, so like a really small one. But the thing is, like, it wasn't as easy to use for most people,
Right.
and it was really expensive. So, and people just felt like they didn't really have the need, like really didn't need it. And I guess 3D printers these days are targeted more towards like makers,
Right.
like people who like to make stuff, and not like your normal household who are like, oh, I need, or part of this chair broke, I need a print, like a replacement, stuff like that. They'll probably just buy a new chair.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know, it's just like,
It's on the verge. It's probably gonna blow up soon.
You think it's like an art instead
I
of like a
think-
manufacturer?
What it sounds like to me,
Yeah.
and you may be able to relate, because you're into t-shirts too.
yeah.
It does sound like the direct-to-garment printer, which years ago existed, like years, 12 years ago, the direct-to-garment printer actually existed, but it was like a hacked desktop Epson printer. Fast forward to today, those things are super slick and they're kicking ass, and you can get one at home and it kicks ass. But it's been quite a long time since they were out and even available on your desktop. So I think, and people were still back then like, well, what the hell do I need it for? Well, because you can start an entire company with it. So I think now, people are on the same kind of verge. They're like sitting there wondering, well, what kind of the hell can I do with it? Open your eyes, man.
Yeah, and another thing is, what I think is a big thing is patents. Like, there's a company that patented the term fused deposition modeling, so which means 3D printing. It's a fancy word, 3D printing. So like people can't actually use it. Like,
Oh shit.
and there was another patent that like recently expired, and now people are like innovating. Now people can actually come out with cool products, and it's like they couldn't do anything for like 30 years because of a stupid patent.
Wow.
And like it just like totally like stunts our like
Yeah.
our innovation and our growth, development.
Stay on the
So
front.
yeah.
So like, you can. I'm still having trouble putting my mind. So you can you literally like, if I wanted to make that microphone, is that possible? Or is this like something? This is like
You can make the shell of it.
Yeah, you can make all
do
of
the
it.
electronics.
Right. So like, but then you'd have to get the material, right?
Yeah.
So like, would it cost more to go the 3D printing route then, or is it going to be less expensive to just go out and buy the actual
That'd
thing?
be way cheaper to buy it.
So the main, okay, so then that goes back to you actually want to make it yourself,
Yeah, you
right?
wanna
You're trying to
create
come
it.
up with the product.
Like a
Yeah.
brand new one.
Yeah.
And then send it to
The only thing I would like, the only reason why I would 3D print something instead of going out and buy it is just, one, I really enjoy making stuff, and two, is the ones that you can buy, they don't fit my needs, like they're not customized. So I really like customizing my stuff and having everything like fit together and stuff. So yeah.
So where does your role with 3D printing? Is it just a hobby?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I work for just part time though, at a community college. It's a makerspace, which means like they have like all this really cool equipment. They got like mills, which is like the machine that cuts the aluminum.
Right.
It's subtractive manufacturing. They have like
Lasers?
They have laser engraved laser cutters, plasma cutters, like wood shop, chop saws and all that good stuff. So what I do there is I basically just make whatever I want, you know, and
And you get paid too?
yeah, and sometimes every now and then I'll help out a student like who has like trouble 3D printing something or some stuff like that. But on my free time, I'm allowed to just make anything and use the equipment, and I even get to like train students, so it's pretty cool, seeing like what other people think about it and how they try to use it and what they use it for.
Yeah.
Because the interesting about 3D printing, it's a lot of it's in every industry, like food industry, fashion industry, science, math. We've had like genetics professors come in to print stuff for their class. And like they print like bones and all these different things. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I would have never known that.
Well,
Yeah.
scientists make up the missing link all the time. I'm just kidding.
What's the coolest thing you printed? the toughest thing?
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, those are. We'll show that.
I printed like thousands of things, so I guess there's one cool one that catches people's attention. It's like I built my own 3D printer with another 3D printer.
Printed your own 3D printer.
So it's not okay. So it's not like just out of the printer. It's a printer. It's like I printed
All the pieces.
the parts, and I printed like the bracing for it.
Yeah.
I printed that kind of stuff. But I still designed the whole printer by myself.
That's sick.
So the reason I designed it was because I wanted like a really big printer. I used to print like helmets, like stormtrooper helmets and stuff.
Yeah.
And my printer that I had wasn't big enough, so I had to split it up and then glue it together. So I was like, I'm tired of this. So I just built a big printer and printed it all at once. I was like, this is way better.
Yeah.
And with that printer, I printed like it's like a castle. It's like it's tall maybe.
Wow.
And I used rainbow like filament, which is like the plastic that you use. So I used the rainbow plastic, and so it's like a gradient of colors on the castle. And that was probably like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It took 5 days straight. Normally it takes like a few hours.
Yeah.
To print or to design and print 5 days.
No, just to print.
Wow. And so is there like a platform or some sort of service or app or program where you can download these pre-made designs?
Yeah,
And then you can make adjustments to them?
Yeah, so there's a website called Thingiverse, and then verse, like universe.com. They have people design their own models and they post it on there for just free to download.
Wow.
And there's like hundreds of thousands of models on there. So
You would think they charge for that.
yeah, you
Some
think
do?
so, but no,
No?
they don't.
Wow.
They just
Free DST files.
they
on
just
them.
they just have like a tipping system.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah, just trying to. It's just a community to inspire and keep creativity alive. If they, like too early to start.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because I mean, some things I can design in like a few minutes, but why do that when you can just download it?
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you'll have things that match your exact needs. Sometimes you'll have to modify it or something like that.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing out there that's being 3D printed that you think is like really cool? I know you talked about some cool stuff that you did, the really big castles and that, but like
Yeah, so
something someone's doing that you're just like, damn, that's next level.
the castle and stuff that I've been doing, that was like a long time ago, and there's really no practical use for those. It's just kind of like a sculpture just sits there. Yeah, it's kind of like toys. And most people who get a 3D printer, they like, oh, I'm gonna print like toys or like a little Pokemon or something like that. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool practical uses, and I've been trying to get more into that. Like I printed like a wrench that I can use and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I've been trying to do stuff like that. I know that these days there are companies that print like complete metal, just
They
powder.
print in metal with
Yes,
metal.
like aluminum. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a different process. It doesn't like liquefy metal and draw it out. No, it's like a powder. It's like powdered metal, and then a laser just goes through it and melts them together, like fuses them together.
Yeah.
It just does it layer by
So you
layer.
have to constantly like sprinkle powder on there. Or something.
No, there's a wiper.
Fairy dust.
There's a wiper that like just wipes it. Yeah. But yeah, they some airplane parts are 3D printed.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Car
Ajay,
parts.
anything you're seeing in the 3D printing world that's like just really inspiring you, or you're like, damn, I didn't think that they would make a 3D printed fucking needle that injects something into your eyeball, or I don't know what.
Probably
But yeah.
too.
Well, I mean,
They printed a heart.
yes, they actually have.
What? And
Yeah,
it
they
beats.
printed organs and stuff. They printed skin.
Out of what?
What?
And they have
It's like- I don't know
That must be
exactly.
super expensive
But it's like
resources.
cells. It's like cells.
It's like-
They use
yeah.
yeah,
They
they use
use
cells.
they use algae from the sea. They use green
That's
Moses
so
algae.
crazy. My mind.
Yeah.
What were you saying about print on demand 3D printing?
Oh yeah, I did come across a website that said they specialized in on-demand 3D printing. I was looking for accessories, and I come across a cool accessory, and then apparently when you ordered it from there,
in their store they also had rings and like other bits of jewelry, and I'm assuming that when you ordered said jewelry, that company would then 3D print it, probably dip it in some kind of like gold, whatever,
So yeah, they have
and then send it out.
there's another type of printer. It's called the SLA printer. Stands for stereolithography.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know about it?
I felt bored too, honestly. I was like, what?
But yeah, it's like it uses liquid. It dips the platform into liquid resin,
Okay.
and then the way it makes the layers is it's also a laser. It uses mirrors and it shapes the outline of the layer with the laser.
Oh wow.
Draws the path with the light.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then since the liquid is light sensitive, it'll harden right on.
With the
Inside of all the.
Right on contact with the light, it'll
Yeah.
harden. So when it pulls it out, you have the little path that the light made. It
That's
just
so
harden.
Wow.
dope.
Inside of all the liquidy stuff, and you pull it
Yeah.
out, and it's like.
Yeah. So
Damn.
and those printers are for like really, really, really high resolution stuff, but also really tiny stuff. And a lot of jewelry makers use it because you can print in castable material, and then you cast it, and then you pour the copper or whatever, and melts out. It's like wax. So a lot of jewelry makers make those or use those because it's really small and high detail, like rings and stuff.
Huh.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah.
And what I was saying about the Esperson building earlier, I designed like the Esperson building
Yeah.
from scratch, like on my computer. I just thought it was like a really cool, iconic building, so I decided to make it. I printed it out, and some guy, my friend, was like, "Hey, you should like show them, like the owners of the building,
Yeah.
like see what they think." And I was like, "Okay, why not? It wouldn't hurt." So I showed them, and they responded to my email. They're like, "This is really cool. Could you come in for like a meeting and talk about it?" I was like, "Okay,
Talk
sure."
about it.
Yeah. and then they're like, "We want this on display. Can you come in like Monday and talk about it?" I was like, "Okay, sure." So I came in, and they're like,
Y'all better write that check. Yeah.
They're like, "How much do you want for like a full-sized one?" Because I just did the top part. They're like, "How much do you want for like the top part? Write like proposal and stuff." And
So I couldn't write enough zeros on the page. I said, "Give me another piece of paper."
so yeah, and I ended up doing it for them, and I put lights in it and everything.
Wow.
Oh, that's so badass.
The windows will light up and everything. Yeah, and now it's like on display in the actual building.
Damn.
That's
like-
so nice.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. And
Right, and it was because
That's so
and I think
dope.
in the beginning of this podcast we were talking about, and I may have said, and I did say, and you can quote me, if you do something out of the genuine, just wanting to do it from the genuine like depths of your heart,
Yeah.
then it resonates better in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it just because you want to do it. You weren't like, you know what? I want my statue in the lobby of the Epstein
And you're
Center,
gonna pay
and
me.
they're gonna freaking pay me. So I'm gonna go do that. You were just like, you know what? I love that building. It's iconic, and just because no one's even, this is nobody in the world, right? Everybody in the world, me over here building a 3D thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and so it resonated better in the world,
Intention.
and that shows. So.
Would you consider it as a business venture to
You see, now
hey,
you ruined it.
Yeah, I feel
It's a
like
fair question though.
No,
feel like-
absolutely.
I feel like I should turn it into a business.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But because you
Um,
genuinely want to.
you
Yeah.
can demand no, well you would still enjoy the process, right?
Yeah, I would.
So-
Yeah.
I mean, it's something the
Like
the
even-
universe brought to you, right?
Yeah.
To show you that this is you have something, right? That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive
like
that it fell into your hands, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But even with like people paying you and stuff, you still have that thoughts behind your head, like, oh, I have a deadline, I have to do it
Mm.
by this time.
Mm.
You get kind of, I get kind of stressed, and yeah, I do stuff like that all the time though. So
I feel you, man. So what's
Be
the?
like, hey, it'll take me like half a year.
So are you like a Marvel or a DC guy?
I like both. I mean, the only people I like from DC is like Flash and Batman.
Dude, the Flash is my dude. Barry Allen is my boy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I printed a Batman helmet, like from the
What?
Batman v Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the eyes light up and
That
stuff.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also printed the Iron Man helmet.
Wow.
And the thing moves up and it lights up and stuff. But now it's just on display. I don't really use
Can you
it.
give me like a general, like let's say we're talking about the Iron Man helmet, something like that to make and print, like what type of money do you have to put into that? Not including the printer, like you already have the printer made and stuff like that, but for like the resources.
Like
You
the-
already
like-
printed a
like
printer,
the cost.
right?
Like the cost to make it.
Yeah, like for the material.
Probably $30.
That's it.
Really? Wow. You can flip that
Probably,
thing.
I was just gonna
probably
say
less. Probably less than $30.
Wow.
Like those Houston things, it's probably
Okay.
like 5 cents each.
Dig it, but let's just say for the Iron Man one, is it gonna come out like all white and you have to paint it, or
Yeah,
is
it's
it
painted.
okay?
Yeah.
So it's $30 just for that basic.
It's kind of a lot of
How's the
Like
quality
if you
overall,
finish
though?
it, you're gonna have to.
yeah. The quality is good, but
Yeah.
you can still see the lines
Mhm.
from the prints. You'll have, but like usually I have to like sand it and
Yeah.
prime it and paint it and stuff like that. Hopefully one day they'll come out with colored 3D.
So if we see a
I was
superhero
thinking
jumping around Houston, we'll know it's you.
Yeah.
He builds himself an
Taking
entire suit.
screenshots. Oh.
An entire suit.
I mean,
That's
you
how you
could
get to
though. I mean, in theory,
shoot.
right? You could just like get the white ones and then dye it, and then at that certain point, you could like change.
Yeah,
out
so there actually is a printer that does that. It does it for you. It's like a colored 3D printer, but all it does is it's just white and it dyes the color
right.
and it doesn't look very good. It's like really pale. It's not. Yeah, it's not vibrant colors.
Yeah,
It's
what
just
you
like
gonna do?
subtle colors. Yeah.
So,
Still working on
Out
it.
of the two, out of photography and 3D printing, what do you? Because obviously it seems like you have like a deep passion for both. What's like the forefront for you?
What do you mean by?
Like which one do you prefer to spend your time on?
Oh. Probably recently it's been photography. I've been doing 3D printing for a while, and sometimes I'm just like don't want to do it.
So it's literally a hobby
Like
then.
me with printing.
Yeah, it's just a hobby. It's a hobby. I thought about selling my 3D printers, the ones that are built, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I have like 3 versions of it, and each one needs improvement, and I just haven't gotten around to like improving it.
Mm.
So I just don't feel confident enough with putting that on the market yet. Yeah.
And talk about your photography page. It's you and a couple of other photographers in the Houston community.
Yeah, so I have like a crew that we hang out together. We just like go around Houston downtown,
Shooting people.
shoot people,
Hell yeah. Me and my crew. That's that crew
Go-
life.
go on the rooftops and shoot
Go
people.
on rooftop shootouts. What do you
Yes,
know about
That's
that?
the intro. You're gonna be like, what the?
Yeah.
And we recently had an art show hosted by my friend Infi, that's his name, or that's his Instagram name. We're just looking to, like improve the community,
Yeah.
just spread art, spread love, spread photography, just let everybody know like how beautiful Houston actually is. Because a lot of people they go to my pictures like, where is this?
Oh,
And it's
wow.
like, that's Houston. They're like, what? That's Houston?
Yeah.
No way. It's not Houston. Like
Awesome.
Houston can't be that pretty. And it's like, yeah, it's Houston.
Well, we appreciate
So-
having somebody in Houston who wants to show how beautiful it is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of us like that. Just everyone I hang out with, they're just like super nice, super,
They love their city.
Yeah, they love their city. They do what they love. They're not doing it for fame or anything. They just want to take pictures and
Do you get hired to do photography for like outside?
So
Bar mitzvahs.
so every now and then I do get people who want me to take pictures for them.
Yeah.
Can you take a picture of my dog?
The biggest one. I'll do that. But no, the biggest one I would say is Toyota. Mike Calvert Toyota. You guys know Mike Calvert Toyota?
Mike
Yeah.
Calvert Toyota.
Yeah. So like I did a shoot for them. So I did like 30 photos for them. They
Nice.
wanted like iconic, homey vibe of Houston. So I did that. They're about to like hang it up on their walls.
What?
And Yeah, and I just realized I've been talking to Mike Calvert.
The Mike Calvert.
Yeah, I've been talking to him through email. I didn't realize it was him until recently. I was like, wait, that's Mike Calvert. Mike Calvert Toyota. But yeah, they're about to hang up their my pictures
That's awesome.
at their
Nice.
dealership. So I think that's really cool. But they haven't done it yet, so I haven't seen it yet. So
In time.
I'm waiting for that.
They're waiting for the right frame. They
I'm
had to
waiting.
go hire a guy to build a frame just for
Yeah.
your art.
Probably 3D printed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was funny because they accidentally sent me $15,000 when it was supposed to be $1,500. But obviously I didn't cash that check. It was kind of funny.
Man, that would
Yeah.
be nice.
Hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice though. Nice. Hey Mike, you messed up. Thanks for the tip. No, thanks for the tip.
Tell them to add one of those new Supras, right?
Yeah. Just give me fun instead.
Awesome. Awesome.
So what's the plan for you in the next like couple of months? What type of like aspirations do you
Okay,
have?
so I'm going to go to Taiwan in a few weeks.
Are you from there originally?
I'm not. Well, my parents are from there. I'm not from there. I was born in.
You gonna go see that girl?
What girl?
No, we broke
The
up.
one you met in Taiwan when you were taking
No.
photos the first time.
No, that wasn't. No.
He
I
went
didn't
there
meet a girl.
because of a breakup.
Yeah.
Found another girl.
Yeah, camera.
Now he's going back.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you never know.
But yeah,
Maybe this
I'll be going there for another month and a half with my friend. We're just gonna like relax, take pictures, meet some new people.
Girls.
Sure.
Yeah, buddy.
The photography game there is like way different, and like the city is like way more beautiful, and they're way more popular. Like everyone there has at least like 50K followers.
Oh shit.
And
Because they're not hating on each other. That's why. God.
Yeah, I heard Taiwan's beautiful. I used to live in Vancouver in
Oh,
Canada,
okay.
so there was like so many people that were like from
Yeah.
Hong Kong or Taiwan. And,
yeah, Taiwan's really pretty. It's got a bit of everything. It's got nature, it's got city, traditional stuff, everything. Like really good food, cheap food.
Nice.
The whole meal is like $3 with a drink. So
Oh, wow.
I mean,
And it's good food.
yeah, it's good. It's really good food.
Yeah, he's definitely going on dates there though.
Nah, I'm just going for photos. And then after that, me and my friends are looking for a studio because we want to open up like a studio, like
Yeah.
for photos. But I want it kind of to be more than that. I kind of want like a makerspace where people.
I was gonna say.
I want like people to come in like, hey, I need a frame for my photo or something,
Right.
and they can go make it,
That's
Or they wanna
so
make their own
cool.
frame.
Yeah.
And I kind of want like 3D printers there. I want to teach people how to use them. I want to teach people how to use all these different things.
Yeah. It'd be dope.
Yeah, so the
I mean,
idea,
that's a good idea. I would
That's
take that
super
class.
cool. Like a creator
I would
studio.
100%
Yeah.
take the
Oh,
class.
creative
over
studio.
there.
like the idea is so that like people who need something, they can go in and make it.
It's for the
custom
person
made.
who might want to like go there and take the slow-mo photos of like a bunch of random stuff they want to smash, and they need creative space to do that, or they need someone like you to go in there and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's the idea. We're trying to find a space for that. Don't really know how to go about that, but we're looking.
Put it out
Um,
there.
Just
Yeah.
do it. Just
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, you'll do it. I know you will. I know you will. This time next year, creative space, interview, your office, big
Yeah.
chair.
Oh yeah.
I've always wanted
Four
to
logos.
start my own business, but I never like knew what it would be.
Oh.
Like,
Dude, you kill
so
it. You kill
Yeah.
it's just like so many things I want to do. Like
Yeah.
I also want to own. Like I also want my own boba shop.
Yes.
It's just like super random, right?
Yeah.
But like I want one of those. I want to do that too.
it. Well,
There's so many things I want to do. Yeah.
you got some flavors
That's
up your
so
sleeve.
cool. Yeah. I want a coffee shop. That's
Yeah.
like not even my thing, but it can be.
Yeah. it should be.
Alright.
All right. So, where can people find you?
Instagram, basically.
At name is jchen.ys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have a website too with your portfolio.
Yes, I do have a website which I update very rarely.
Ooh. Well, we'll try and link it sometime.
Yeah.
sometime. Check it
Check
out.
him out. Thank you guys for tuning in
Until next time.
on the Yacht Club. All Alright, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend if you enjoyed it.
Yeah, smoke circles.
What would you do?
He
I'm
hit
not
the O's.
Do it
He
again.
hit the O's.
Pink tricks.
I'm not good at it.
Matrix.
I'm not good at it at all.
Matrix. Let me try one.
Oh shit, he's doing it.
Oh yeah, he's doing it.
I did it.
He's not doing it.
Oh, he did it.
Now you want to be cool.
Now I'm too lightheaded.
Okay, good shit.
Good shit. You made that shirt?
Yeah.
Flexi vinyl, t-shirt vinyl.
Yeah, he transferred.
Nice.
Shit.
I need to get into like the.
Oh yeah.
So
We're like t-shirt
Yeah.
gurus.
T-shirt
Oh,
gurus.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys know how to like print stuff?
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Any kind. That's why I have a little bit of